Good morning and Happy New Year. Today I'm going to do kind of a full day of eating, but also let you know what my plan is at the start of this new year. The last 2 weeks I kind of let myself relax. I didn't track as much. We went out to eat a little bit more and I enjoyed a lot more of the holiday food. And that was by choice. So, I knew that, by letting myself relax a little bit, that I was probably going to gain a couple pounds. I've gained maybe 6 pounds since Thanksgiving, which is quite a bit, but I know that not all of that is body fat. I know that not all of that is gonna stay. I'm ready to get back on track, and I'm not gonna jump in right into a diet. I'm actually just gonna go back to maintenance, back to tracking better, back to meal prepping my food, and just, eating at home more and focusing more on my protein, fruits, and veggies. That's brimstone. And just, getting back to my normal routine. So I want to see what maybe 1 or 2 weeks of just eating normally, like I normally do, and being at my maintenance calories, where my weight kind of ends up after 1 to 2 weeks of that. Yesterday I meal prepped this breakfast pizza, so that's going to be breakfast for the next couple days. This is one of our cats. I did take inspiration from Stay Fit Mom on Instagram to make this. So if you want to see this or other recipes, definitely check her out. I have tweaked it a little bit, so if you do want more information on this, leave a comment with pizza and I'll send it over to you. That's also another, I don't know if you would want to call it goal that I have this new year, is being better about meal prepping more food in advance. I think I want to simplify my life this year and cook less, which also means cleaning less in the kitchen. The plan is to have basically 2 options for each meal throughout the week. So we're gonna have 2 options for breakfast. So the main option is this breakfast pizza. We have cereal and maybe like some frozen sandwiches. So, that stuff is stuff that doesn't go bad if we don't necessarily eat it. Lunch, same thing. I made some shredded buffalo chicken, and that's going to be our main protein for lunch. We might use that in wraps, sandwiches. We can decide how to use it, and that's going to be basically plan A for lunch, and deli meat also as sandwiches if we want another option. So that's it there. And then for dinner, it's going to be like a ground beef bulgogi. Again, that's going to be the plan A dinner. And we did buy like a refrigerated ready meal as a backup plan if we want something different there. I tried to narrow down the amount of options to also narrow down the amount of cooking that's happening during the week. And I'm going to test it out, see how that works. If it makes our life easier. And so maybe that's worth the trade-off, having less variety throughout the week, but getting a lot more time back. I'm gonna eat my breakfast and I'll see you guys at lunch. Or actually, I'll see you at my snack. Snack time, I'm gonna have a yogurt. This is the Oikos 000, 15 grams of protein, and I have about 100 grams of cantaloupe and 100 grams of honeydew. So small snack. I'm not too hungry. Surprisingly, right now, I'm usually a little bit hungrier, but I think just because of all the food I've been eating over the last couple days. So I think this is going to be good to hold me over until lunch. This is the slow cooker shredded buffalo chicken that I made yesterday. This is 3 pounds of chicken breast that I made. So this should last us at least through Thursday or Friday. I'm going to mainly be using it for lunch. And today I just decided to go with like a bowl type thing because we don't have buns, but we have a lot of bread. So I just wanted to use up the bread. So I have 2 slices of toast, the shredded buffalo chicken, arugula, red onions, and some avocado. But honestly, this looks pretty good to me. I don't mind eating it this way. The nice thing about having just the protein made in bulk like this is then you could choose how to have it. And that's kind of a way you can get some variety with your meals throughout the week if you want to buy like bread and wraps and stuff like that. On the side, I'm gonna have some mango. That's just gonna be the rest of my carbs for this meal. I tried seeing if I could have some chips, but when I logged it, it just pushed everything over a little bit too high for what I wanted. I still want to have a good enough amount left over for dinner and a small snack, so I went for mango. This buffalo chicken is actually a recipe that I found from The Protein Chef. And that's what I do for a lot of my recipes. I don't necessarily come up with them myself, and you don't have to either. I just like to follow different creators on Instagram or on YouTube, or I do just a Google search for like high protein this, or I search for like a low calorie version of whatever I feel like having. And a lot of times it'll pop up. So you do not have to make this stuff up. I definitely don't. A lot of times, even if it's a regular recipe for something, not necessarily like a macro-friendly, low-calorie, high-protein type thing, I find a recipe for it and I adjust it as needed. So maybe I find a recipe for something, I just use a lower fat version of the ingredient, or I try to find a leaner protein source than what is originally called for. So I'll tweak them. And even for some of these recipes that I find that are already macro-friendly recipes, I will tweak them to what I like, right? Because everybody has different preferences. And that's what I try to encourage my clients to do as well. I give them suggestions, but I encourage them to find something that they like and something that works for them. Especially right now that I'm going to try to eat the same meals several times a week. It's got to be something that I really enjoy and willing to eat multiple times. I'm going to have this meal. I'm getting ready to go back to work for our afternoon sessions, and so I'm gonna have this small snack. These are like Dutch caramel and vanilla waffles. I actually haven't tried them yet. We picked them up at Costco the other day, just to have a small treat available. The little pack is only 70 calories. After dinner, I'll already be at my protein target, so I don't necessarily have to have protein with my snack right now. Just something to hold me over until dinner. Ooh. Oh, they're so cute. So they're like the mini versions of those strip waffles. And there's 2 of them. And they're really good. These are just a treat, a very small snack. And I have a little more flexibility since I know that by dinner time, I will have already hit my protein target. So not everything that you eat has to have protein, as long as you do have that protein goal met by the end of the day. So whatever works for you. For me, I try to get most of my protein from my main meals. Those will usually have about 30 grams of protein, 30 to 40, and then one snack will have about 15 grams of protein. So this is just straight carbs, which is good, especially if you're gonna have it before training or after training. This is a good small snack to have too. The original plan was to make some ground beef bulgogi for dinner tonight and then use the leftovers for the rest of the week. But unfortunately, I forgot to put the ground beef to marinade earlier today. So we're gonna have to go with plan B. So luckily, I did buy a plan B when we were grocery shopping. And so we have these already, pre-made lamb shanks. So it'll just have to go in the oven for about 20 minutes. And we also had some leftover rice and some frozen green beans. So that's going to be dinner. I don't know how much comes in here, so maybe it'll be enough for leftovers tomorrow. But for sure tonight, I'm going to put that ground beef to marinade and I'll make it tomorrow. Always buy a backup meal, whether it's for lunch or dinner. You just never know what's going to happen, and at least you do have a plan B to fall on in case you can't go with what you originally planned for your meals. Got the oven preheated and just opened this up. So you get 2 individually wrapped lamb shanks, so that's pretty cool. And on here it says that about 5 ounces of the edible portion is the serving, and so it just kind of depends on, I guess, how much you can get from those 2. Okay. Lamb shanks are cooked. So it says they're in a rosemary mint sauce, and you have to let it rest 3 minutes before serving. So while this rests, I'm gonna throw those green beans in the microwave for about 5 minutes, and we'll be ready to eat. That's pretty tender, it just falls right off. That right there would be 1 serving, 5 ounces, which is not too bad of a serving. But in order to hit my protein target and still be within my calories, I actually am going to do 1.5 servings. So I'm going to do 7.5 ounces. Yeah, that's a lot. That's 1.5 servings, which was basically this whole thing, and it just fell right off the bone. That's my full plate there. 1.5 servings of the lamb shank. I have about 2 cups of green beans. These are just the ones that are frozen. Threw those in the microwave. And I have about 1 cup of rice here that we had left over, luckily, in the fridge. So this is about 540 calories. Not bad at all. And yeah, I hit my protein target for the day and stayed within my calories. And this looks really good, and I can't wait to eat. So if you guys have any questions, or want to see something in another video, make sure to leave it in the comments. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.